All right. Well, hey, folks, welcome to the Flipside. I'm Sam, and you have joined us for another episode of It Belongs in a Museum. Now, what we do here on It Belongs in a Museum is we talk about games that are at least 5 years old or older. And the reason we do that is so that we can kind of bring back to focus some games that you may have mistakenly or not even known that you were overlooking them because, well, the tide of games that come out every year is a rather heavy one. And games that don't get a whole lot of limelight can definitely fall by the wayside. Today we're actually going to be talking about some comparatively older games, not just 5 years old. We're talking 10 or more years old. So these are ones that may have absolutely passed under your radar. You may not have even known they existed because you came into the hobby after their limelight had passed. So that's one of the reasons why we like to do these at least one day a week, so that we can showcase some games that you might overlooked or didn't even know they existed for whatever reason. So that's what we're doing here. We're going to make it a little bit fun. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. Let's say hello. Victoria Ketchum is here. Good morning, Sam and everyone. Good morning, Victoria. Stefan is here. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Micah is here. Hello. Good to see you. Jeff is here. What's up, everybody? Odonata Creations. What's up, Sam and Fam? What's up? Thanks for being here. Jeremiah Custer is here. Good afternoon, everyone. Absolutely. It's a little bit later. I did something I usually don't do. I've had to do it a couple of times this week, and that is I took some NyQuil when I went to bed, and because I was having trouble getting to sleep, and I'd had a stuffy nose, and so it was later when I was actually taking the NyQuil, and then it just knocked me out. And I had a really rough time getting up in the morning this morning. So I was able to get have to get up and wake my son up at 5. He goes to 0 hour at school for weightlifting, and got him up at 5:15. Took him to school at 6:15. Came back. Well, got Jess a medicine ball drink. Came back home, and I was like, okay, I have a little bit of time. I could just lay down for a little bit more time, and so I did that. And the next time I popped my head up, it was 9 o'clock, and so I was like, whoa, way behind. So anyway, this is usually a couple hours earlier, and it's often afternoon for everybody on the East Coast, but usually it's done in the morning on Tuesdays. So I apologize for that lateness, that tardiness factor that didn't expect to have this morning. I was hoping I could get this started by about 11 at the latest. Usually it's between 10 and 11, but that's the explanation of where my morning's been. So it's been a little wonky already. Greater than 9,000 is here. What's up? Good to see you. Just came from Game Night Live, and they were playing Market Fresh, and they said it was a remake of an older game. Looks interesting, huh? Market Fresh. Oh, I'll look at that. Terrier Halo, good evening, one and all. Good to see you, Terrier. Thank you for being here. Alexander is here. My limelight mate might have passed too. Yeah, I think everybody's limelight passed. Just saying. The game is TI. It's happening. No, it's not. We've already done TI4. And Eric wasn't here to see it. And I didn't plan that. I was absolutely hoping that Eric was going to be there when we went over and did TI4 on It Belongs in a Museum, but he wasn't there, and that was a sad day. Mom Gamer's here. Hello. Good to see you, madam. Thank you for being here. Get on with it, one would say. Yeah, one would say, wouldn't they, Micah? Have you ever played HeroScape, Sam? Jeremiah Custer asks. Yes, Jeremiah, I have. And I actually have a full tub of it. But my son kind of commandeered it. It was definitely my stuff, but I never played it. He always wanted to play it, so when he moved out, he took it with him, and I'm pretty sure he still has it. But no, we used to play HeroScape when my two older boys were teenagers a lot. They enjoyed putting it together, setting it up, and all of that kind of stuff. That was one of the things that I kind of shied away from, generally speaking, was the setup time that it took. But yes, I have played HeroScape. Great game. Working Man is here. What's up, Vince? Good to see you. Terry Hale, that's why it will always be my guest from now on. TIPI. Micah is channeling Eric. I know she is. She's definitely representing. All right. So we are going to be talking about 3 games today. Usually I only do 2. But because we're doing 3 games, I'm going to keep the prize packages that I send out a little bit low key. I don't know that I'm going to actually send out games for these. We are in a season where we're kind of having to pull in the purse strings a little bit. That's okay. That's not going to be. I'm of the opinion right now, and I'm of the hope right now that that's only going to last for a little bit, and then we'll get back on track here later on. But we are going to talk about 3 things, so I do want to send out 3 little things that we have some things that are left over from the cruise. That we can send out a couple of just a little trinkety type stuff, not huge, and we'll throw in some stickers as well. But we'll get those out to everybody. So I have 3 things that we're going to talk about today. I was going to talk about 4, but the 4th one was only from 2020, and while that does still meet the parameters for the video, the other ones are much older. So I felt kind of weird throwing all 4 of them in. Now, if you read the description, you read that these are games that were sent to us by a subscriber. By a matter of fact, he's actually here right now. So unfortunately, while he'll still be able to take part, he knows the games that have been sent. He sent me this little post-it note. Said, hey, Sam, I thought I'd send over a few games for the museum segment, or maybe just to save to play on a rainy day. We appreciate the channel and all you do. Happy holidays to you and your family, Jeff Camera. And so thank you, Jeff, for sending these in. We are going to be going over them here on the It Belongs in the Museum. So unfortunately, you can't take part in the game, as it were. The game's afoot. But I think you'll hopefully still enjoy your time here. David Brownlee is here. What's up? Good to see you. Someone has to, if Mr. TI4 isn't here. That is true. Thank you, Micah, for representing. So, Jeff, you won't be able to participate in the guessing, but hopefully you'll still enjoy the time. Yeah, I'll never tell. I know you won't. All right. So the way this works here is that we're going to be talking about 3 games, and each of these games, I'm going to give you clues, and we're going to do one at a time, of course, because we'll open the boxes and go through them and talk about them and all of that other kind of stuff. I will say this: I've not played any of these games. Haven't had a chance to. It's been something like a whirlwind here for ever since the holidays. So that's just the way things are, and that's not a complaint. I'm just saying that's just kind of an explanation. And so we haven't played any of these games yet, so I'm looking forward to popping them open and looking into them and see what they're all about, and going from there. I really do appreciate Jeff's stepping up and being part of the channel and participating, if I can put it that way, in this way. I think that's a really cool thing. I'm very much a believer in the pay it forward idea of life, and that is simply what I think he's doing. He could have easily probably sold these games, or he probably easily could have taken them to a local game store and gotten some store credit and sold them to them. And I don't know, not all stores do that kind of stuff, but he could have done anything with these games. Actually, he sent 4 games, and he chose to send them here for this segment, so I appreciate that, Jeff. Thank you. So we're going to continue that spirit of paying it forward by going over them here, and then we'll play them on the maybe not on the channel, but we'll play them. I can't promise that we'll play them on the channel, and I don't want to, because then I have to remember to play them on the channel. So there you have it. Eric is here. Oh my goodness! Will you just get on with it? Even tortoises are dying by now. Well, yeah, tortoises die every day, dude. Doesn't mean it has anything to do with me. Thank you for being here, Eric. Appreciate you. Got to drop a little bit for a work call. Wanted to say, hey, good to see you. Allison, I think, Family Maple, good to see you. Is really still talking? Micah tried. Trevor Jones is here. What's up? Hey, Sammy, good to see you. Good to see you too, Trevor. Thank you for being here. Yeah, you too, Mr. TI4. Micah says, you're late. Philip Zollenberg is here. What's up, Philip? Good to see you. All right, so what we do here is we're going to give a couple of clues for each game. First clue is going to be the year it was made, and then the second clue is going to be 2 of the mechanisms that the game employs. And what you can do then is you can go and try to guess what game we're talking about based on the clues that I've given. The first person to correctly guess what game we're going to talk about will get a prize package from us. And as I said earlier, it'll be something small, trinkety for now, just so that we can save some money on shipping. But then we'll pick back up later on with getting, some meatier prize packages in there. But anyway, that's what we're going to do. So the first one came out in 2013. So this game is 13 years old at this point. The couple of the mechanisms that are involved is network and route building and point-to-point movement. So network and route building and point-to-point movement are 2 of the mechanisms that are involved in this game, and it was created in 2013, 2013. So go ahead and get to guessing. Get to guessing. Trevor Dust says, Sammy, how about that Macklin Celebrini kid on my Sharks? Yeah, he's something else. I've only seen a few of the highlights, but those highlights have been rather impressive. So yeah, that's pretty cool. These are always in the middle of my work day, so they're hard to join for me. I'll watch them after the fact quite often. Well, that's okay. I apologize. They are in the middle of my workday as well. I'm going to be going back to editing here in just a little bit. Concordia Alexander says, no, that's incorrect. Cornish Smuggler. All right. Is that really? I don't know. Cornish Smuggler. Is that really a name? Yes? Oh my goodness gracious. What in the world is this game about? Cornish Smuggler. Evade customs, outwit your rivals, and secure your fortune in 18th century Cornwall. Wow. I guess they probably do have a game for just about anything nowadays. Relic Runters, Trains, Ski the Mountain. I'm actually going backwards here. Let's see. Cornish Smugglers, Ski the Mountains, Trains, Freedom, the Underground Railroad. That's a good game, Trevor. But no, that is not correct. Ski the Mountain is not correct. Trains, not correct. Relic Runners, wrong. TI4 Frozen Edition, what? Trains and Stations, no. Expedition Famous Explorers. Expedition Famous Explorers. Well, true to form, Scott got it correct. Scott got it correct. Expeditions Famous Explorers. Other guesses, Wildcatters. Sam might not know, but it is. No, it's not Relic Runners. I just picked up Relic Runners. That's not it. That's funny. Expedition Famous Explorers. Alexander guessed that one after the fact, and then it looks like Odonata Creations also did that as well. Concordia is a good one. Digital version on Steam is so good. Yes. All right. So Expedition Famous Explorers is published by 8th Summit Games, which actually 8th Summit also created the original version of Run, Fight, or Die, which is a game that I love. So I thought that was an interesting little correlation there between that game and this game. I've never played this one, but it is by Wolfgang Kramer. So he's an OG in the board game design world. So very cool. Holy moly, I got one, Scott says. All right. So it says Expedition Famous Explorers is an updated version of 2 award-winning Wolfgang Kramer games, Wildlife Adventure and Expedition, with a new theme, Discovery and Exploration. Players lead 3 expeditions to various locations by placing arrows on a map. When an expedition arrives at a location that matches either a location card held by that player or a public destination, that player scores that card by placing it in front of them. Retains all the core rules of the earlier versions of the game, but adds optional advanced rules that allow players to score additional points based on purchasable explorer and assistant cards. So, cool beans. All right, well, let's go ahead and get down to the table and take a look at what is in the inside. Love Run, Fight, or Die. Yes, it's a great one. All right, so here we go. And we have that looks like a home brewed edition for the player aid. So thank you for that. Player guide. Cool beans. Thank you for that. And then we have components on the front. Then the travel guide. That's funny. Game setup. Definitely has the look of an older rule book. But again, it looks like there are a good number of examples of what's going on and all that kind of stuff. Is that Jacques Cousteau? That looks like Jacques Cousteau. Or at least somebody that's supposed to look like him. Spending tickets, ending the game. So, doesn't look like it's that involved. So what's the weight? Oh, it's a 1.96 weight. Also has quick setup rules. That's pretty neato. Okay. So, neato. Then we have this. Oh my goodness. This is a large map. Let's see how. Yeah, that's the right size. All right, so here's the map for the game. And it just has a whole bunch of different destinations that are on the board and all of these different colors. I imagine these correspond to some kind of card or some other thing that is there. But then you have a point track there on the bottom. So, okay. That's cool. Then we have a whole bunch of, look at that. Good old Ziploc bags, baby. Looks like every player has their own arrow markers. Or maybe not every player. It's 2 to 6 players, so maybe it's not every player. Here's all the different player colors, it looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. And then only 3 different arrow colors. Then you have different ticket tokens that are here. And then you have, these look like also in each of the different player colors. These are all destination tokens that are apparently very hard to hold in one hand. But you kind of get the idea, right? There is an event deck here. Boop, 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 boop. And there is also an explorer deck. So I guess the explorers are the people that you can be in the game. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's one, and it was, I was right, Jacques Cousteau for the win. Thomas Walker. Zheng He. I don't know how to pronounce that. Ibn Battuta. Hernan Cortez. Marco Polo. Lillian Alling. Huh. Then they also have event cards here. Inspired Leadership. One of your future turns, not this turn, you may play this card to add 2 arrows to any one expedition. So you can help them go faster, I guess. Oh, 3 different eras maybe. 3 different eras, 3 different destinations. I get it. That's why there's 3 different colors. So these are all different kinds of event cards. I generally like games that have event cards in them. I like how they can kind of spice things up a little bit. Then I'm trying to open this Ziploc bag. Sometimes, am I the only one that has trouble opening Ziploc bags? Probably not, but different expedition cards. So this is what the back of the cards look like. And it does look like that. Each of those different little spots on the board represents the color of card it's going to be. So anywhere from Iguazu Falls, New Holland, Yellowstone River, Tasmania, Eastern Siberian Sea, Timbuktu, Bogota, Northwest Passage, Caspian Sea, Malaysia, Malacca, or Malacca, I don't know how you pronounce that, Galapagos in the Pacific, Svalbard, French Polynesia, all these different places. Wow, a lot of different stuff that you can go to here. So that's cool. I like it. So this is a neat looking game. Now, having said that, it definitely shows its age as far as all of the, I don't think I need this. I think I'm okay with all of this other stuff just kind of roaming around in here like that. So I'm going to get rid of this. Sorry, Jeff, you wasted one of your Ziploc bags. So there we go. All right, well, I'm looking forward to giving this one a try, actually. I think that looks like it might be a little bit of fun, but at the same time, I think that there might be some age there. Wolfgang Kramer was definitely the OG, still is, but a lot has happened in the board game design space in the last 13 years, so it might feel a little outdated, maybe, but we'll see. You never know. All right, so Scott, AD, go ahead and give me an email at flipsideobg@gmail.com. Oh, I gotta put the little thing in here. And let me know. David Bradley says, Trains or Trains Rising Sun is also good if you're looking for a deck builder with a route building element. I'll have to catch this rest later. I've been hunched over land survey papers from the 1800s on 800 zoom on the screen and my neck is about to die. All right, well, absolutely go save your neck. I thought that since you like aesthetics in your games and history, you might enjoy this one. Definitely one of the ones that I am. One of the things that I definitely look for is historical connection. So, absolutely. 1.96. Is it made by Fisher Price? No, it's not made by Fisher Price. Look at that fancy insert. We were really spoiled in recent years. Yeah, that's true. Inserts, is a waste of money, time, and cardboard. I don't know, Micah. Some games that have awesome inserts, it actually helps it get to the table faster, because you can, the insert helps you set the game up. It keeps everything so neatly organized that you don't have to search for things in a bunch of bags. So I understand where you're coming from. I definitely do, but I really like good inserts because I think they help the game get to the table faster. Odinata says, awesome of you to send games. Jeff, yes, absolutely. Very cool. Hello, I seem to be late, Paladin says. Yes, you are. Yeah, but there are also some excellent Museum Age games. That is true. I get that. Navigador is an old game we recently picked up that we are really enjoying now. I am not decrying that at all. Not going to dispute the fact that there are a lot of great older games out there. Late again, Luke says. Well, at least you're consistent. Big collections appreciate the inserts more. That is correct. All right. But though good inserts are not simple cardboard. Truth. Not always. Some of them have been, but more often than not, you're correct. All right, next one we're going to talk about today. This one hails from the year 2014. So this one's 12 years old. And so that's your first clue. The couple of mechanisms here are dice rolling and trading. Dice rolling and trading are two of the mechanisms. So Scott was our first winner. And so later on with this one, if Scott wins again, I'm going to ask him to give it to somebody here in the chat right now. And here's the thing. They don't have to agree to it because they're just being given something. And it's a very small something. So what we'll do is you will simply pick someone, Scott, if you win again, if you get the correct answer first again, you will pick somebody in chat. They will simply email me. And if they don't email me, then they don't get it. But I would really rather that they do email me so that I can send them something in appreciation. Gaming with ADHD. What's up, Brian? Keep it up, sir. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that, bud. I'm going to miss you in a couple of weeks. I really was looking forward to seeing you and seeing Tom and Maribeth again and a bunch of the people at Dice Tower West. But you guys have a great time, okay? Oh, by the way, that thing that I reached out to you about, Brian, I was going to email you or contact you later on today. It's been resolved. So unfortunately, I can't offer those tickets to you anymore because the first people took them. So I just wanted to let you know. Thank you for being here, though, pal. TI4 Ice Dice Edition. Ice Dice Edition. Somebody go check on Micah. Ice Dice Edition. Zaya. No, not Zaya. Lewis and Clark. No. Although that's a good game. Roll for the Galaxy, no. War of Kings, no. And, oh, dadgummit. Brian, I got to get up here and bam, heart symbol for that bad boy. Thank you, Brian, for that $20. We appreciate that a lot. Thank you so much. I want to hear how great Rise of the Necromancers in it is again, since I paid for it, but no, welcome back. All right, so here's what we'll do. That will be a timeout for you. 5 minutes. You got 5 minutes to consider why you're here, and then come back later if you'd like. If not, we'll see you later. Luke Shiras, what were the mechanics again? Shadows. Okay, the mechanics. Sorry. What did I say? I think I said dice rolling and trading. Those are the two. Dice rolling and trading from the year 2014. Shadows of Malice, incorrect, Alexander. No worries, there will be other times. I'm sure there will. Sons of Anarchy, Men of Mayhem, no. Good game. Don't like the theme of that one, but that was a fun game. Northwind, no. TI4, Wood for Sheep edition, no. David, take it easy, pal. Luke Shirus, Wing It. No. Alexander says Grog Island. Catan Jr. This one is a family favorite, Jeff said. I found a used second copy at a great price, so I thought I'd send you this one. It has a great dice mechanism that I've never seen used before or since. Age of Craft, Paladin says. No, that is not correct. Alexander actually got it correct already. And so we'll go ahead and show it off. Grog Island. Grog Island. And this is one that I have not played either. What's the clues again? The clues were 2014, dice rolling and trading. Those are all of the things. Firefly the game. No, that's not correct. Monopoly Junior Dragons. No. Wait, I did? Yep, you got it right. Grog Island is correct. That is correct. All right, so 2 to 4 players, 40 to 75 minutes. It's weighted at 2.19 and never would have guessed. Yeah, that was my 13th choice, Luke says. Well, I'm glad you had it all mapped out that way. Let's see. I only picked that one because the title was weird. It is kind of weird, but Grog Island is correct. Let's get down to the table and take a look. And so it is by Eggert Spiel and Pegasus Spiel. There's all of the information that I've already shared with you. 2 to 4 players, ages 10 and up, 40 to 75 minutes of playtime. And here is an idea of what it looks like on the back with all of the game set up right down here. It says, even the mightiest pirates must one day retire from the life of plunder. But what comes afterwards? Well, on the 5 peninsulas of Grog Island, they invest their tool in rock-solid businesses. Okay, alrighty. So this is a cool little thing that I wish more publishers would do. So it basically gives a level of difficulty. Looks like it's a 1 out of 4. And then I don't know what all of these words mean, but there you go. But I wish they did some type of like meter like that on the back of the box. I wish they did that more often. That's a cool thing. Let's see. All right, so here is the German rule book, and I guess I'll keep it. I usually don't, but I guess I'll keep it. Board game for 2 to 4 players, 10 and up. Here is a listing of all of the different dice. So you have 5 auction dice. So this is what the rule book looks like, set up. Playing, okay, so, wow. Setup is here. Playing the game is here. And here. And then end of game is there. So literally 4 pages of how to play, 2 pages of setup, and 1 page for end game. Not bad. I like it. Here is the board. Is that right side up? Yeah, it looks like it's right side up. So that's what it's looking like. I actually like how colorful the board is, even though it's a little flat. You know, what I mean by that is even the artwork that's supposed to be 3D, it looks a little flat still. But again, this game is 12 years old. This is par for the course, and this was actually a really nice looking board back then. And here's the thing, it's not a bad looking board now. It's got all of the different iconography that it needs, I would imagine. It also has all of the, it's aesthetically pleasing. It isn't ugly. So this is cool. I actually do think that this looks like it's going to be a fun game. So that's cool. And I like the fact that, another gamer has said that this has been a family favorite for them. So these are wooden dice. I do like these kinds of dice. I like wooden dice, period. But I also like rounded corners. I don't know. It might just be, one of those things that you illogically latch onto, but I think rounded dice roll better. But again, that could just be me and my weird whatevers. Looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Here are all of the player pieces. So you've got strange color choices. I wonder why they chose black, white, red, and purple. Those are interesting color choices. Maybe because they couldn't be the same colors as any of these things. And these, you know, some of these are more regular player colors. So they wanted to stay away from these colors for their player stuff, I guess. I don't know. That seems a little strange. These look like some big chunky pieces. All right, let's see what we got here. Ooh, a ghost ship. Oh, there. Okay. So you have different ships here. Looks like you get 2 of that, 1 of those. 1 times 4, 4 times 2. What? And 3 times that. But then on the back side, they're ghost ships. I don't know why they're ghost ships, but I'm sure that's explained. And there are some more tiles here. Again, I don't know what any of this stuff does, but again, these are not bad components, especially for a 12-year-old game. So you can probably say that a lot has changed in the industry, but maybe not as much as we would probably initially hope. And these look like player colors, so maybe this is going to be player aids. Different things that you can do in the game, maybe. You have some parrot cards. Don't know exactly what those are for, but maybe they are voting. Yeah, something like that. And you have a bunch of treasure cards and some scrolls. Wonder what the scrolls are doing. Okay. This actually looks interesting. I'm actually excited to try this now. So thank you for sending it, Scott. I appreciate that a lot, actually. Newly retired pirates trade with merchants and invest their booty to succeed. Awesome. Just tiles for the different businesses that are going to be at the bottom of the game. All of the different businesses that you're going to be trading with. That's cool. Color blindness. That would be, you know, I don't know that color blindness was a huge consideration in the production of games back then. And the reason I say that is because if that were the case, these would probably be different colors than they are, or there would be other ways to distinguish what these different dice are. Now, they're going to be set on the board on these different locations. Let me get the board out again. And so maybe, because you do have all of this stuff set up here, but when you have these dice set out on the board, and again, I'm not clear on which colors are really difficult for color blindness or not, but when you have these out here, and probably not even in the same order as these are here, that would be more confusing for a person with color blindness. But you know, each color does have their own icon as well, but I don't know that that's the case. I think probably this has more to do with, I mean, maybe color blindness is, because there's nothing that I think, although I would imagine that probably the purple and the red, depending on the kind of color blindness, but I would imagine the purple and the red look very similar. Anyway, that's not an unheard of conclusion. I just don't know that that's what's going on. All right, well, that is Grog Island. This is one that I'm actually really excited to get to the table and get it tried out, because that looks like it's going to be a fun game. Let's see here. Sam is dealing in hot merchandise. What? What is it? Does it say store copy somewhere? Did it? Where did it say that? Oh my goodness. That's funny. What did you do, Jeff? He did say that he found, before we opened it, he said that he found I'll read it. This one is a family favorite. I found a used second copy at a great price, so I thought I'd send you this one. It has a great dice mechanism that I've never seen before or since. So he did say he picked it up secondhand. So there you go. It's probably not hot. That's pretty funny though. That's pretty funny. Let's see here. Yes. Yeah, it is fun to do this, Odinata. Very fun. It was stolen. Family Meeple here, do you want the prize? She said that she wouldn't be able, she'd be watching later. So if you want to give it to her, Alexander, that is fine. She'll be watching it later, and we'll tell her to send us an email, and she'll hear that later on. So that's my thing. My picture is up at every board game store in Vegas. Not stolen, copied. More specifically, pirated. Well, it is a pirate game. I'm in every post office, birds of a feather. No, Eric, your face being up in post offices is not a good thing. Purple and black are my faves colors. Yes, do you want the prize for being a good team sport? There are plenty of older games that, if they were made today, would still make a splash. That's why we see so many remakes of older games such as Raw. That is probably true. There is something to be said about games that just kind of hold their weight. And I'm not saying that everything we cover here holds their weight, but there are a lot of games out there that do. So it's not always the new, shiny stuff that's coming out on GameFound or Kickstarter that deserves some more airtime. There's a lot of great older games out there too. I feel like most games are made off of the backs of the gaming pioneers of the past. It isn't very often we see new types of mechanisms being created and catching on. That's true. Absolutely true. Looks like Noble Knight has a couple used copies for less than $17 or about $17, but they may not include the store copy sticker. Well, that is vintage, isn't it? Looks like, let's see, player colors look like pirate colors, more so than other colors. Yeah, okay. Edge of Inner Box, there you go. He sent you the dirty copy and kept the clean one. Right? He sent me the one that has all the heat on it. Yeah, all right. Free is always a great price. Sold to me by the store, but I don't have the receipt. Uh-oh. 5-finger disc pound. You guys are crazy. Family Meeple can have it if they watch this video. That's very cool. And Family Meeple was here earlier, so I'll let that one absolutely be the case. So, Allison, if you are watching later on, send me an email at flipsideobg@gmail.com, and we'll get you a little prize package in the mail. It will be a nice surprise. Absolutely, it would be. That'll be cool for her to come back to. Absolutely. All right. So last game that we're going to talk about today is going to be from the year 2017. So this is the youngest game that we've gone over today, and it is 9 years old. And a couple of the mechanisms used are connections and line drawing. Connections and line drawing. So the two mechanisms are connections and line drawing, and the year is 2017. Oh, a third one? Yes, a third one. So 2017, I'm sorry, did I say 13 again? It's 2017, and the two mechanisms are connections and line drawing. Connections and line drawing. Jess and I were at the grocery store last night, and I decided to splurge. I usually get zero sugar creamer, and they used to have zero sugar coconut cream, and it fell off the face of the earth, apparently. They just stopped making it. I don't know why. It was my favorite one, zero sugar coconut cream creamer for my coffee. And I was like, why don't they make that anymore? They have the regular coconut cream right there. And it just was like, why? It literally dropped off the face of the planet. We used to purchase it at Fred Meyer's, and then they stopped carrying it. Then we found it over at Walmart, so we started buying it there, and then they stopped carrying it. And then we went to Winco, and they were carrying it, and then they stopped carrying it too. And it's like everybody drops the creamer that I enjoy the most. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get the non-zero sugar stuff because I wanted it. And so I was looking, and then I saw the Winco brand. It was like almost $2 cheaper, so I got that instead. Anyway, let's see here. Oh, that's going to be a tough guess. There's probably like two, right? Kokoro, Railroad Ink. That's going to be a tough one to guess. Connect the dots. LOL, one game, Kokoro Avenue of Kodama, of the Kodama. All right, Odonata. I'm going to give it to Odonata. Because Alexander... No, I can't do that. Alexander got Kokoro first. It's right. And then I was actually going to be cheeky and say, no, that's not the correct answer. The correct answer is Kokoro Avenue of the Kodama. I was actually going to do that. But he actually connected. He actually wrote the full name out there. Only one. There you go. 878 Vikings. I draw the line. This is the best Viking game. Ooh, really? I think it's the best historical. I think it's the best historical Viking game. I will absolutely go in with you on that one. But I think I really like Champions of Midgard better as a Vikings game. And I think there are other games that I enjoy more than 878 Vikings. It's not that I don't enjoy it, but I enjoy other games more than that, so that are also Viking themed. So there it is. Two-can phone game. Two-can phone game. Game showed up in my Facebook Marketplace. Is it any good? I don't know. I've never heard of that game. TI4 Flippin' Right. Amadoc. Oh, you actually took the time to write that backwards. Type it backwards. Wow. What brand of creamer? You know, I can't remember. If I see the logo, I'll know it, but I can't, because I can see the logo in my head, but I can't read the word. Let me just do a real quick search. Wow, my phone's taking forever. What is up with the internet on my phone? Coffee Mate. That's what I usually get, Coffee Mate. And they usually do the Coffee Mate zero sugar. They have regular flavors and then they have zero sugar of all of their flavors, generally speaking. But they just, our stores stopped carrying it. So I got some of the non-zero sugar stuff and I'm enjoying it. Because I can't spell, I don't want it. That's funny. This is a pretty good solo game. You know, this is a cool thing. It's 1 to 8 players, but the fact that it does have a solo mode in there, and the back of it also says it includes 2 expansions with more ways to play. So that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and get down to the table and take a look at it. So this is Kokoro from Indie Boards and Cards, Eilif Svensson, and Christian Asmundsson Otsby. So these 2 guys are guys that I really enjoy a lot of their games. So that gives me a level of pause as far as I want to check this game out. So that is definitely something that I'm looking forward to. Dry erase. Yucky. I don't like dry erase, but it used to be the thing, and definitely, you know, 9 years ago, this was definitely the thing. But wow, look at this. A little bubble wrap? What are you doing? So it looks like these cards, and if I'm not mistaken, are these cards going to be stuff that you're drawing on? So there's some Sanctuary cards. I guess you're going to start with these, right? And then you have all of these different land tile cards probably that are going to go out there. So I'm going to put that like that. And then this looks like it's one of the expansions of Forgotten Sanctuary. Is that true? Maybe not. No, maybe it's an event card or something like that. But this looks like one of the expansions maybe. I don't know. Let me look at the rule book out. Maybe that would be a good idea. All right, so it looks like those are player boards. And then object of the game, example setup, Sanctuary. I'm thinking it probably, I was right. Yeah, this is going to be a simple game to learn how to play, it looks like. But yeah, and then optional rules, decree cards, solo play. I wish they would have like said what the expansions are. Random initial guardian setup. All right. Degree cards. Okay. Sanctuary cards, path cards. So I'm thinking this is the expansion. The decree cards. But I don't know. But it looks like everybody gets their own board, and looks like it is 2-sided. The first one is, they're all the same on this side. What about on this side? Are they all the same here? Looks like they are. So, interesting. I want to try it. I think it looks cool. I'm willing to give stuff a try. I like it. So I'm thinking that all that needs to go back in here like so. And then that goes, well, maybe I need to keep it. Yeah, I need to do that. And that can go in here like this. And that goes there. So that's Kokoro. Kokoro. Looks good. Let's see. Yeah, all right. You have exemplified your deal. And let's see here. We will do that. And then we will also do that. So just so that I'm clear with what I'm doing there, QC Mohawks 1 is a rebel rouser, and I have made the decision that I'm not going to put up with him while he's here on the channel. So if he wants to change his ways, and if he wants to act in a civil manner, and instead of talking about things that he doesn't know anything about, I'm absolutely welcome to have him here on the channel. We don't have to agree about everything, but the ad hominem attacks are not going to continue. That's just the way I roll. Sorry. Sorry I'm late, Ryan says. Stoked to be here. Good to have you here. Appreciate you. I'm a wax pencil snob now. I've always kind of disliked, I mean, I don't, it's not that I dislike dry erase, it's just that I know they're going to dry out. I know I'm going to have to replace them at some point. And it's just one of those things where it's like, there's got to be something else better. And there is. It's wax pencils. Must be spoiled by that Seven Wonders game. That is correct. A lot of recent games use dry erase. Yes, that is true. And again, it's a good alternative. I just think that there's a better alternative. This is the one you should live play, this one or Grog, Alexander says. All right, well, we'll try to do that. We just got Welcome to the Moon off the shelf of shame this past weekend. Happy it came with dry erase boards so I don't have to laminate sheets from the player pads. That's true. Worse than me? Yes, Eric. In almost every conceivable way. So, yes, absolutely. Man, I miss all the controversy. Yeah, no, you don't. Hey, Sam, it was great seeing you day one of the cruise. Hook 'em horns. Hook 'em horns indeed. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. All right, well, that's that. So, Alexander, let's see. Scott, and then I think Alexander gave away one of his winnings to Allison, and so Allison needs to email me. And then that third time, Alexander, you either need to email me or you can give it away to somebody else, in which case whoever you give it to needs to email me. Either way, it does not matter to me. I just need to get three emails from 3 people that were here in the chat and won the prizes, so that I know who to send it to with your shipping information. That's the main thing. Dave Brownlee says, I only see the chat on YouTube, so I'm not getting the full chat experience. Oh. Okay. It's going to be Odinata. All right, Odinata, send me an email. Flipside OBG. I'll go ahead and put it in here again. Oh, I need to click in the box. flipsideobg@gmail.com. There you go. You are welcome. Funny that Alexander started the chat saying he's out of practice. I know, right? And he knocks 2 of them out of the park. Is there a Twitch? Is there a Twitch? No. PK is here. What's up, dude? Well, I guess I missed it, but hello, everyone. Hello, everyone, indeed. We're thinking about Twitch. We are thinking about Twitch in kind of a background format right now. We know that we probably need to go that route just to garner more viewership, but we're using this period of pause, and that's the best way to put it for me right now. To kind of reflect on what we want to do and what direction we need to go in. And there's a number of different directions that are in front of me that we're all weighing on and seeking godly counsel on and praying about. So just realize that, we are not viewing this time right now as business as usual. We are in a period of something's about to take off, and I don't know exactly what that is, but we're going to go forward where we feel like the Lord's leading us. So just keep that in mind. You know, yeah, that's all I can really say about that. He's sending his seasick bag. I don't have any seasick bags. I don't get seasick on the cruise. I'll catch up later. All right, see you later, PK. So happy to have caught the live. Me too, Odinata. Great to have you here. Victoria, good to have you here. Don't do Twitch. All right, don't worry about it. I'm not saying it's going to be for everybody, and we're not going to replace anything with something else. We're just going to try to add to, and I don't know exactly how we're going to do it yet. You can dual stream, Victoria. That's true, you can. That is good. Food fights, ditto, no Twitch. That's cool. Again, like I said, we're not going to replace anything with something else. We're just looking at adding in. Everything in which God always has a plan. That is absolutely correct. He will not fail. All right. Well, we're out of here. Thank you for being here. I got to get back to editing. So I appreciate everybody being here. Thank you for taking the time to spend some time with us. And hopefully either Expedition Famous Explorers, Kokoro, or Grog Island is something that you're going to like to look into. If you see it on the shelf somewhere, now you'll have a little bit better information about it and whether or not you want to pull that trigger or not. So thank you for being here. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so we can let you know when we have more videos coming out, and we will appreciate you for it. Take care. We'll see you guys and gals on the flip side. Bye-bye.